Sorry. Getting occupied by that. I keep getting distracted. I think it's beautiful. So beautiful. I just can't get enough. Love the sky. I love the sky. Not this guy, but it's been an interesting morning. It really has been. If you haven't learned yet, I think everything is interesting. I'm curious. See, now I turn this way. Let's see if I can get it. And see that? That's what I got distracted by. All of that. I love the sky. It's beautiful. So, help! Can you please stay? So I got on Facebook last night and said I had a comment, or I had been mentioned in a comment. So I just clicked on it. I didn't recognize the name, but remember my Facebook profile is open, so I get a lot of people who I don't know their name. They really don't know my name either, but something I said clicked. And well, I don't know what, I had said something on this post, and it was on the preacher's post. It was on Mr. Furnick's post. I don't remember which one it was, because I comment a lot on some of his videos. I'll go and comment. I like what he says. Like what you say, sir. We talk similar. I just talk more, hell's-bent sometimes. Well, that was pretty. I got meat and it. Now, here's a funny story. Last night, I took the kids, and we went for a walk, and we started heading for a walk towards this gas station up the road. Well, now there's twists and there's turns to get to the gas station, because, technically I could walk the opposite direction, go up, and have a straight shot up to the street that it's on, or I can zigzag through the neighborhood, and it brings me out next to a church and a school. So, I'm really good in school, or at least I was really good in school. I can do the schoolwork. Me and the church have problems, remember? Not the religion so much. Well, it's their form of it. They don't like my form, and I don't particularly care for some of the things that churches are known to do. Not all churches. You got your good ones. It's just like people. It's like people. You got your good ones. You got your bad ones. And sometimes you find those ones that are in between. Yeah, well, I've stepped foot in the bad ones. And all through history, you hear about the bad ones. Sorry. Catholic domination does not have a very good rep. And right now, going on right now in history, in August of 2022, 2-2. The Southern Baptist Church is under investigation for sex crimes from their higher-ups. Right now, the FBI has been in almost a year-long investigation into the Southern Baptist Church for sex crimes against young women from their higher-up men. Sorry, I apologize to the churches that do have a good name, but your brethren have, fucked you up. Don't hear too much out of the Jewish churches. You don't hear too much. I mean, more when you hear about the synagogues being in the news. It's because somebody else has went in and blew them up, shot them up, torched them. But now I understand why, when I kept hearing about the Southern churches being caught on fire, when you hear about the people coming in just 2 months ago, at the end of May, beginning of June, when we were driving through Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, and on into Kansas. Seriously, I'm reading the news articles. I'm learning. I'm asking other people, did you hear about this? Why didn't you tell me that this was happening? You know how I feel. I would want to know this. Oh, and the other churches that have the multiple wives. No adultery. No, God never said it's okay to have more than one. And then no religion. I don't give a fuck. That is a man's law to have more than one. Because you're greedy. Because they're not allowed to go have multiple husbands, but you're allowed to have multiple wives. No, I don't believe so. That is unfairness. In all Christianity that I was raised upon, or the way I learned it, you're supposed to love, but only love one in that manner. You're not supposed to sleep with multiple. Sick. Stop. Stop perversing religion to make it to your own absolute needs. I'm so tired of hearing people go, well, yeah, and I know, I'm an agnostic. And here's the thing about my agnosticness. I take the good. Stones talk to me. Rocks. Crystals. They don't have to be pretty. Rocks. Talk to me. I walk down the street and I see one. I'm like, oh, look at that one. My friend calls her daughter a little crow because she walks around and she finds little shinies. I do the same thing. Well, I pick up the trash so I can find the pretty shinies. Yep. People actually like it when you walk around and you make your environment look prettier. But you're always going to have that one house or that one little stretch of block or that one. I'm not going to keep going back and picking up the same shit for these people. I picked it up once. Sometimes I picked it up twice. But what I have noticed, though, is the areas that I pick up most of the trash, the areas that I go around and I pick up my stuff. Oh, sorry. When we talk about crystals, I told you, my crystals, they yell at me, and they rocks, they yell at me. Well, my little broken wing was yelling at me just now, like, hey, I don't want to be tucked in. And my sons don't want to be tucked in. Told you, my sons. My crystals didn't. They said, let me out. You have us caged in, you have us in a jail, you have us inside your shirt. Oh, but I'm saying, but I'm protecting you. If you're inside, well, I know where you are, and there's less chance of me going to catch you on something, like I won't, you won't get pulled on, you'll stay right there, I don't have to worry about if you get broke. Let me keep you closer, but yeah, they said, let me up. No. My hands are free this morning. This isn't me talking through what I say is my rosary. I don't even have it up here with me. It's downstairs. We're next to where I fell asleep at last night. I just woke up. I fell asleep on the couch last night when I went inside. I just sat down, and the next thing I know, I'm out cold. And I'm waking up, and it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, I woke up at the same time that she woke up, and she's freaking out because she said, I overslept. But she slept in bed with her babies last night. She didn't sleep alone. Her babies went and got in bed with her. Every other night I've been here, they've either been on the couch, or they've been in their own beds. Because, sometimes baby falls asleep on the couch. You leave that baby on the couch, you just cover them up. You go to bed yourself. I was up here. I was outside with Jack. I went for a walk. By the time I came back, she went to bed with her babies. And to me, I think that's the sweetest thing ever. Hey, James, actually, all my kids. Gabriel, Michael, James. Y'all remember co-sleeping? I got in trouble more times than not at the hospital because I would be comforting them, I would be feeding them, I would be holding them, just being a mama. In the hospital, because I would fall asleep sitting up like this and holding them, or I'd fall asleep because I was looking at them and I was comfortable with my children. The hospital attendants, because they say you cannot co-sleep, they say you cannot fall asleep even for fucking 5 seconds. You cannot just lay there comfortable with your baby for 5 fucking seconds. If that nurse walks in or that doctor walks in, no, you need to put the baby back in the... No, you need to leave me alone. If he doesn't need to be in the nursery for medical reasons, then you need to leave me alone and let me hold my child. Stop telling me that I need to separate. Kiss my lily white. Whatever part of my body's lily white, because if you see, I got a tan on most of it. That's some bullshit. Especially if you're a nurse and you can come in and make sure that everything is fine. You understand? We are in hospitals at that point. Don't tell me, or don't tell anybody else, that they can't comfort and fall asleep with their own baby in their arms. That's wrong, man. You told my sister-in-law that she couldn't breastfeed. Because she tested positive for medication from you? Oh, no, because she had marijuana? What was it she tested positive for? But whatever it was legal for her to have? You never should have said shit to her. And if you did tell her that she couldn't give breast milk at that point in time while in your care, that you should have told her that she could at least pumped it and dumped it. You screwed up her whole milk cycle with that crap. Get out of here. Thought you were supposed to be taking care of people. You ain't taking care of shit. So when I say there's good and there's evil, but see, there's time that evil comes across as good. But when you put separation between a mother and a child at any fucking point, but especially at birth, so with my 2 youngest boys, when I had Michael, I had both of these boys at 32 weeks. Like 32 weeks in a day, 32 weeks in 2 days. I mean, somewhere right there, 32 weeks. They were 8 weeks premature. Both of them. And here's the difference. With Michael, we didn't know I was going to go into preterm labor. We should have known because I had Gabriel at 4 weeks premature, but I went into preterm labor at 6 weeks, and I was on bed rest for 2 weeks. Actually, I was in the hospital for a week, and then I came home from the hospital on bed rest for a week at 16 years old. Now, you would think first baby was preemie. Well, but not technically he wasn't, because I hit 36 weeks in a day, and at that they considered full-time. To me, I was on bed rest for 2 freaking weeks, and the only reason why he wasn't born before 36 weeks in a day was because I took the medication that they gave me to stop my labor. And I stayed laying down until they said you can get up. But they didn't explain you can get up to me too well. 36 weeks, I hit 36 weeks and I'm off bed rest. And my one brother, who was dating one of my best friends at the time, she's still more of a sister to me than he is a brother, which is so screwed up. Gabriel's dad and we went out. I got up. I was allowed up. That's all they said. You're not on bed rest anymore. You may resume normal activities. Well, here's what happened when I resumed normal activities. The next morning at like 2 o'clock in the morning, I went upstairs and I knocked on my parents' door and I said, Mom, you might want to call off work today. She said, why, you think the baby's coming? I said, I feel really weird. That's what I said. I feel really weird. She said, okay. She got off work, but I had a doctor's appointment that morning, so I waited until it was closer to the office was open. And I called and I said, well, I have an appointment at 10 o'clock, but I feel weird. I just got off bed rest yesterday, and I feel weird. I didn't know I was a 16-year-old child. I had never had a baby before. How the hell was I supposed to know what active labor feels like? I know what preterm labor felt like, and this didn't feel like preterm labor. This felt different. So, told her, call off work, and called the doctor, and they said, well, just go ahead and go to the hospital. But our ride to the hospital had already left for work, so we actually had to wait for him to get to work. It's my stepdad, by the way. To have him turn around, come back, pick us up, drive us in the opposite direction. So, let's say we live in the middle. He drove south for about 20 minutes to get to work. He had to turn around and drive north again to pick us up. And then my hospital that I was delivering at was even further north. So, and all he did was drop us off. And I walked in and I was like holding my lower back. And he went, oh, I'm going to go back to work. It's going to be hours before she has this baby. I walked in holding my lower back. I walked up to the guy. I said, what? I can't remember what floor labor and delivery's on. I hadn't actually done that walkthrough yet. I was at 36 weeks. You don't do that walkthrough to find out where you absolutely need to go until later. And when I was in there a week beforehand, when I came out of there, come on, man. Like, that was what I was thinking about. Where is labor and delivery? No, actually, I went through the emergency room. Emergency room took me up to it. I can't even remember what floor I was on. I was 16 and under a lot of stress and hormones and trauma. Like, no, I didn't remember what floor labor and delivery was on. I still don't remember. Now, I can tell you at Fort Hamilton where I had my other two. I can tell you what floor to go to. I can tell you how to get in. That I can tell you. I spent enough time in that one. And not only my kids were born there, most of my family's kids were born at Fort Hamilton. Most. Not all, but most. Of my close, immediate family that I spend time with on a regular basis. So my nieces, my cousins, my nephews. Most of us, 3 out of 4 of my brothers were born there. One was born at the same hospital that my oldest was born at. And then I was born completely out of state. I'm the oddball. I'm the only girl. I'm the one born out of state. I'm the youngest. I'm literally the oddball out of all of us. But I'm similar to them still. I mean, they were on my family. I did learn some of your habits. So, Gabriel was born 25 minutes later. We walked in the hospital at 10:30 that morning. And at 10:55 that morning, Gabriel, oh Gabriel, I'm calling to you, child. Oh, baby boy. I about broke my mother's hand squeezing it because I had no epidural. So I walked in 10:30, holding my lower back, got up on that bed. They checked me and they said, "Oh, you're dilated to 10." I said, "What?" I knew that process. Wait. What? No. I'm not in enough pain. Don't they say it's painful? I wasn't in enough pain yet. I walked in. I didn't even need to do breathing techniques. Okay, so here's the thing though, I have things wrong in my back. So I do back labor. I also had an endometriosis. So the abdomen pain, I didn't even feel the abdomen cramp. I had endo. Endo was, even at that age, was... I have a bad back. And now what I did feel was those lower back cramps. Well, then now I know, especially when I was pregnant with boys. I was only pregnant ever with boys. I do lower back labor. It's very uncomfortable. It's just uncomfortable. Until you're actually going to push, though, you don't hurt. Not really. That's how high of pain levels I have. Until I'm actively pushing a baby out. With no drugs. I did that twice. The middle one I had emergency C-section. He was breech. He was coming out upside down. The nurse broke my water. No, with Gabriel, the doctor had to stick that one little thing in, and then it nicked his little head. I didn't like that. The second one, the nurse reached up to check me and broke my water before she could ever even get a full. And then she said, "Oh, that's a foot. We need to get you in the operating room." And again, wait, what? I was only 17 the second time. They are only 10.5 months apart. I do have Irish twins. Right now, they are both 22 years old. But one turns 23 in 2 days. Happy early birthday, baby. I'll be back down there next week. I'm hoping I get to see you. I will miss you this year on your birthday. Now, see, I try to never, ever miss one of my kids' birthdays. Ever. Now, I have a few times. There's the one time that I was in Columbus on the day before, and I was coming back in that day, and I planned on coming down. I planned on dropping my friend off at the airport because we were in Columbus Airport together. Or we were in Columbus together, but I drove him down to Dayton International Airport, and he flew out. And I was planning on going down. See, my mother called, and I do good on keeping my mouth shut. And here's the thing. My child understood that I was going to see him the next day anyways, too, because it was Sunday. The next day was Sunday. And we were going to do a birthday party anyways. I called him. I talked to him that day on his birthday. We were doing the celebration the next day. And he got it. He was a teenager. He knew I did not forget him. He knew that just the way that things happened to line up, Mommy needed a day or two away for a second to do that, clear the cobwebs and de-stress. Because if I didn't, he knew, and I knew, and she knew. She was going to trigger me to go into the hospital again. I have hit my stress level to the point where I woke up 3 days later. I woke up on my dad's birthday. Or no, I went in on my dad's birthday. I was in on my dad's birthday because, see, he said to me, I thought it was you calling to tell me happy birthday. And it was your mother telling me you were in the hospital. I'm sorry, Dad. It wasn't my fault. I had absolutely zero control over my brain deciding to start shutting down organs because of stress. Because the paramedics thought that I was overdosing. The paramedics thought, and the hospital thought immediately that I had done a drug overdose. Immediately. Till they tested me. And I came back negative. 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 No opioids. No barbiturates. No marijuana. Negative. Stress alone. Going through a new marriage and a custody battle and a losing a best friend in the middle of that, along with knowing that your family is actively working against you to destroy you. And you know it. And you know the man you're living with is right there along with him. And he says one thing. He does another. And you know it, but you can't get out. You're in a fucking jail. I'm in a jail, man. Do you guys ever notice the rooms I'm sitting in? The rooms I'm sitting in, they might be outside and they might be free, but look at the bars. See the bars? Oh, here's the great thing about this one, though. This jail. See, this jail. Let me show you something. Well, he's got a stairway. It goes down. But everybody's always scared to talk about wanting to go down. Because I mean, going down, that means we're going to hell. Remember what I told you guys yesterday? The garden was placed on Earth. God made the world. God made the universe, made the world. He made all this stuff to go on the world. He created the garden. He brought it out here. And he said, here. Well, then he said, well, let me create Adam and Eve. Yeah, I'm short currently, and I'm not going through all of it. He said, oh, sorry, dropped my lighter. He said, let me create Adam and Eve. Oh, this story would have been better if there was a crabapple tree around here. Sunshine had a crab apple in her hand last night. She kept dropping it, and I took it, and I just kind of threw it, and I was like, okay, we're enough with that. We'll get another one later. She got madder than hell at me. Yeah, I couldn't hear her crying because I had headphones in, but I saw her crying. But I knew she was crying over. I took a crab apple away from her and threw it after she kept dropping it. You know, eventually they're going to start busting open. It's going to get nasty. I didn't want Sunshine to get dirty. So I hurt her feelings for 5 seconds. Let's see if I can get it in right. Maybe. Oh. Ain't that beautiful. Sorry. Told you guys I get distracted all the time. I can see it with my own eyes. The sun is like right there at the corner of the trees, and it's really pretty because it goes behind. Anyway, I get distracted. So, God made the universe, made Earth. He made Adam and Eve, and he put them in the garden on Earth. Well, Earth was the garden. Well, and then, they did. Yeah, everybody blames Eve for it. How do we know? How do we know that the story just didn't get changed, and it was Adam that ate that apple first. And he wants to blame Eve because then he was tempted. When he ate that apple, oh, what if he ate the apple? But people want to change up the Bible all the time, right? I have one friend, and I've known this girl since we were 9. And I could handle her political views. I know how to ignore them. I mean, every 4 years we have presidency run, and every 4 years I don't agree with any of them. I keep waiting on one that I'm going to want to vote for, because right now, sorry, I didn't want to vote for Biden. I didn't want to vote for Trump. Bush and whoever he ran against. The young one. I wasn't old enough. But I mean, I do remember being talked to about politics as a kid, and I do know enough to understand. I don't need all those huge, big words. Talk to me simple. Stop trying to confuse me with big words to make yourself feel better. Let's simplify this. Right now, it's still the abortion laws going on. Okay, listen. Listen, people. Politicians, understand. One, if you have a dick between your legs, shut the fuck up. Your only opinion in it is if she decides to have that child, that you need to stand the fuck up and be a man. I am so tired of hearing women talk about, well, I mean, he's a good enough dad, but he's not a daddy. When you ask me what my job title is, I'm a mama. Preacher Steve asked me what my occupation was, and at first I started thinking about all the things that I've done to make this. I didn't think about the things that I've done to make this. This. I am a mama. That is my babies. Right there. This is my bonus child. Right there. I'm a mama. And the thing is, with mamas, we don't get to keep our babies in our lives forever. We go and we spread enough love to keep them going. And then we release. USMC, where's one of my babies at? Where's one of them trying to go? Where's another one wanting to go when he's old enough? Get it? There's my Mother Mary and my Saint, no, that's Saint Cicely on that side. Mother Mary's on the other. So, but I am a mama. And I have mamas in my life. But right now, I'm not speaking with my mother, because my mother doesn't act like a mother most of the time. My mother acts like a narcissist. My mother acts like a greedy person. My mother ignores you. Well, mamas don't ignore you. Now, do they? Mamas, when they see you, you know a mama. Hi, baby, how you doing? I missed you. Hey, nephew, son, I miss you, and I'm so happy you got a new truck. Don't destroy this one, man. You are rough on vehicles, baby boy. But I am happy you got something that's more dependable to get you back and forth to work. You understand? Yeah, I know my hair looks like shit. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Like I said, I fell asleep on the couch. I came outside to smoke, and I know I'm talking to you guys because I didn't even plan to talk to you guys. But I did. It's something Preacher Steve asked me. Sorry, Preacher Steve. It's going to be your name for me. Preacher Steve. He said, what is your occupation? And I said, well, I've been a cook and a babysitter. A lot of things in between. So I've painted I've painted the inside of houses. I've painted the outside of houses. I've done line leading. I've helped on construction. I've helped on drywall. I've helped. There's that ring I told you about. The tree of life. As I'm walking around in a yard full of life. I mean, but where's it at? Where's it at? Let's get it. There we go. Come on, that's like the best sign of life, isn't it? That is the tree of life. We keep spreading our knowledge out and out and out and out and out. So that tree that they ate from wasn't the tree of sin. It was the tree of knowledge. But see, God just He wants you ignorant. Ooh. He wanted you in it. He wanted you to stay innocent. He wanted us all to stay innocent. But unfortunately, I'm sorry, God, we don't get to. We all have to grow up sometime, including you. You created us out of innocence, and that's great. But sir, ma'am, whatever, because Patty over there at the park, the homeless guy I met, it was over there at the park. What caught my attention? I had headphones in. I was watching those kids play on the playground, and my song stopped as I heard him say across the field, God is a woman. Can I get in on this conversation, please? I mean, anybody ever watched the movie Dogma? Alanis? You played her beautifully. Thank you. It was a great performance. And you never actually said a word. You just went and pranced and danced. And you touched something. Without ever saying a word. And you picked it up. Cleaned it up. And you repaired the woman. The woman. She couldn't have babies. But you, without ever saying a word, you went, boop. The whole entire. I love that movie. Jay and Silent Bob. The actress that plays the main character that plays the last child of Jesus. Well, until God said, ooh. And she went. I mean, but there was so much there was so much. Come on, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Jay and Silent Bob, Alanis Morissette. The guy who played the Catholic priest, who was trying to change all that up. He's trying to change it. Well, we need a new look. Why? I still got the same look that I've had. Going all the way back to those pictures with Tani. Tani. She was under 18 and I was in my 20s and we were sitting next to each other because her family took me in. Hi, Mama. Hi, brother. Somebody say hi to Dad for me because I'm pretty sure he's probably not watching. Hi, Tani. Hey, brother, thank you for spreading my word. Thank you. I love you guys. Never forget everything. Mama, Dad, brother, and sister. Everything you guys have ever done for me, shown me, loved me, Tony, I know you hated my guts when you first heard about me. But now, you are my baby sister. And I love you. And you are fantastic, amazing, incredible. To the sister-in-law, actually, okay, so the orange, see that orange right there on top? That's for little Cindy. Told you never forget. I was around when that baby was born. I remember her mother being pregnant with her. I remember all of it. I do. I remember driving you out there to see your husband. Well, you also went out there to see your best friend, who is his sister. So to the sister-in-law, congratulations on all of your achievements. Fantastic. I know I write it, but sometimes you really just need to hear it. Look at that sun shining. Sometimes you need to hear it. So let me tell you all. Husband, Tawny, sister-in-law, brother, brother's wife who I haven't gotten to meet yet, but I see you. I see you. Mama. To my Kentucky family. Thank you. I love you guys. More than you'll ever understand. You have no idea. The times I think about you. And all the things we've done. The ups and the downs. And you guys are alike. Let me get it. Let me get it. Where is she at? Ah, she's behind. See right now? Shadows. But here in a moment, she's going to. Ah, there she is. Twinkle like a star. Even in the shadows. All of you. Brother, I want to call you the name that you absolutely hate so bad, but you say it's a family name, man. I got to. Kyle. I remember the night that we were supposed to be able to hang out together, but my mom instinct took in and told me something was up with my kid. And I know technically he was okay, but he wasn't with who he was supposed to be with. He was supposed to be with his father that night. Well, me and Kyle went out. It was like my only first night of ever going out after my youngest was born. And he was a couple months old. Guys, he's a Libra. I'll just leave that up, but he's a Libra. And so that tells you he was a couple months old. It's cold. It is really cold out. His father was supposed to be watching him that night. Not his grandmother, not his grandfather. His father was supposed to have him that night since I had been on duty for months. The one time I had left him before that was to drive across Ohio into Pennsylvania through New York. I mean, my mother and I drove to go pick up the youngest of my older brothers because he was leaving a trucking job and he needed us to come get him, load up all his stuff, and then he drove back. So I drove straight to him, and it was like a 14-hour drive. We went through a bunch of states. I can't even remember all the states we went through because I didn't understand why we had to go this way. You had to go down to come back up. And I still cut through New York. I didn't understand. Why are we going south to come back up north to like almost circle? I just like to do a huge circle. Why can't we just go straight across? She chose the map. This was back before GPSs. So this was MapQuest. And yeah, that's how far back we're going on this. MapQuest. I don't know why my stepdad couldn't have drove. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's okay. Not a bought woman bought a house and ended. I don't know. I couldn't read the rest of that news report. It doesn't sound like something I'm actually going to want to. Oh, guys. Okay. Have you guys seen the meme? Where you can't be rainbow, sunshine, and all dark and shit. Watch me. I think I want